Imagine this, you type a random idea like how to build confidence, and just seconds later you get a ready to post caption and a sketchy style image all delivered straight to your inbox. In this video, you are going to learn how to build your first Telegram bot that creates viral content for you, no code. Before we dive into building this workflow step by step, I want to let you know that you don't have to start from scratch. The full setup is available for free on my website, blazingautomations.com. Here's how you can access it. In your web browser, go to blazingautomations.com. On the homepage, click Resources. Inside Resources, search for the name of the template you are looking for. In this case, we are looking for Telegram bot, so just search for Telegram. Scroll down, click Download. It's going to take you to the detail page. On the detail page, click Download Template, and eventually you're going to download a zipped folder that contains the JSON file, the system prompt, and other relevant files to make the workflow work. You can also find the link to this web page in the description below. Let's head over to N8N, create a workflow, and let's name this workflow Telbot. To begin, let's start by adding a trigger that will listen to the messages being sent to our bot. Let's click the plus button, search for Telegram, and click Telegram, click on message. Right here, we have added our first trigger that will listen to any messages. Let's add credentials first so that our Telegram bot starts working. To add a credential, click Create New Credential. You can see that we need an access token. To have an access token, let's head over to Telegram, search for BotFather, click BotFather. Inside the BotFather, prompt the BotFather to create a new bot by typing /new bot and hit enter. And immediately we'll suggest that you need to give a name to your bot. So let's call the bot BlazeFlow. Should be BlazeFlow. Let's choose a username. So for a username, so as you can see, Dan, congratulations on your new bot. You'll find it at .t.me BlazeFlow bot. So before we click and open this bot, let's copy this very first token and store it somewhere since we may need it. So for me, I'll store it somewhere safe. Let's head over to N8N. Since we copied the access token, let's paste it inside the access token box. Hit save. We must see a green button or a green panel. This green panel shows that the connection has tested successfully. We can now listen to our Telegram bot. Now that we have added the credentials, let's just test and see that we'll be able to listen to any other kind of messages sent to our Telegram. So let's head over to Telegram, head over to our BlazeFlow bot, click and click start. Maybe just write anything as in hello. So before we click enter, maybe let's execute the step to listen to see if we can get hold of the data that is sent in the messages. So let's click execute step. Now that the trigger is listening, let's just click hello. And let's head back to N8N. And as you can see right here, we have our message, our output here on the Telegram trigger, and a text down there written as hello. So it means we're now listening and we can get hold of all the messages that will be coming there. Let's pin the data, click outside the window. Next, let's handle the messages. Since this bot will be receiving social media post ideas for creation, we need an AI agent that will craft the message and also generate the post image. To do that, let's add an AI agent. Click agent. Here, let's configure the agent. Firstly, let's change the source for prompt user message so that the prompt user message should not be the JSON chat input because we are not using a chat here, but it should be the message that we send over. So to do that, let's drop down and define below, drag the text from the left input into the prompt user message. Let's add system message. We'll come to this later, but let's now configure the chat model, the tools, and the memory. So let's click chat model, search for OpenAI, click OpenAI chat model, create a new credential. So since my account already has a new OpenAI credential, I'll just use that one. I will use GPT 4.1 mini. You can feel free to use any other that you want. It's all right. In case you don't have an account, just click create new credential and head over to OpenAI platform. And when you head over there, you just log in with your account or create a new account and log in. When you log in, inside the dashboard of OpenAI platform, click the search input. In the search input, type API key, and immediately a link will be given to you. Inside here, create new secret key. Enter the new secret key, and if you're prompted to enter your payment details, just enter your payment details, and the minimum is always $5. When you create it, copy it and paste it inside a Canadian credential manager. So hit save and it's gonna work. So since I already have it, I'll just skip. For the memory, I'll use the simple memory. Inside the simple memory, since we are no longer using the session key or the session ID for the chat input, we'll have to fix it manually. So let's click the session ID and define below, and we're going to use the chat ID for the key. So let's use the chat ID, which is this chat. There we have it. We need to tell our AI agent what it is and what it is going to be doing. In this scenario, it will be creating images and also social media posts, generating them basically from ideas. However, to do that, we need to fill the system prompt. So on the system prompt, hit the expressions tab and expand it, remove this. All right, so I have a system prompt already. I'll leave the link in the description below so that you can access this system prompt. Here we have defined the tools available, any final notes, the instructions. The post will be 100 to 120 words. It will use a conversation and motivational tone. The structure, start with a powerful hook, follow with a brief reflection or insight, and the action. We are also giving it a few notes on how it is going to create the post. Let's copy the system prompt, head over to N8N, paste it just like that, and head over to the workflow. Let's hit save first and test. Let's unpin the data that we pinned, and let's execute the step again so that we can test our bot and see if the AI agent does its thing. So let's just say, let's give it a little bit of an idea to test it. Let's just say life and growth. Hit enter, and it has received life and growth. Here is the text, and let's test the AI agent and see how it will create the post. All right, let's see. Well, it seems the post has been created successfully. It has written a post like, life is a continuous journey of growth. Every experience, good or bad, teaches us something valuable, but not everyone learns. So you can see that it has created a very, very nice post. Well, we are not done yet, because we also want the AI agent to create an image that is relatable to the social media post idea that we have given it. To do that, we need to add a tool here that will generate an image. So let's hit save, go outside our workflow, create another workflow, and call this image generator. Hit enter, save it. We are creating this image generator. It will be an N8N tool that we are going to hook into the parent workflow so that we're able to generate images. So let's click this plus button. The trigger will be when executed by another workflow. This is the trigger when executed by another workflow. Hit that one, and when executed by another workflow, we're going to receive a query, and the query will be the idea. So let's just say idea. This idea will be a string. When our AI agent is executing this tool, it will give to it an idea query. So let's do that. Execute step. So after adding a trigger inside the tool we are building here, the next thing, we want to generate a prompt that will be used to generate the image. So to do that, let's add here an AI chat model. So let's go to OpenAI and add messenger model. Let's rename it to prompt generator. Hit enter. The resource will be text. We are trying to generate text, and from the list, let's just choose the GPT 4.1 mini. Here we will have to add the prompt, which will be the idea we have received, and we will add a system message. Click add message and change the user to system, which will be the system prompt, and let's remain with this, the user prompt and the system prompt. All right, now that that is done, let's fill and populate the user prompt. Let's click the expressions tab and expand it. We are going to prompt it to generate a prompt. Let's say to generate a prompt from the idea. So use this post to generate a prompt, and let's just say the idea. Grab this idea from the inputs and post it in there. Now let's define the system prompt. Click expressions tab, and again the system prompt, I had it already defined. Let's head over to the Google Docs, copy this. Just like that, we have defined how this prompt will look like. So we are telling it, you are a prompt generation assistant. Your job is to generate clear, descriptive prompts that will be sent to an AI image model to create illustrations. What we are doing here, we are telling it that each image prompt must begin with an ink sketch of style illustration of. So each prompt will start with this line. In case you're wondering how I'm building this, I have a video where I explained how to build system prompts. You can check inside my channel. Now let's finish by adding an image generator node that will help us to generate an image. So let's go to AI, go for OpenAI, and scroll down and generate an image. Maybe for the sake of simplicity, let's just run. Since the idea is now, let's fix the idea from now. Let's edit the idea and just say life and growth. Before we save, let's put it in double quotes. Hit save. Let's execute this step again. Let's see if it has generated a prompt, and it says an ink sketch style illustration of a small seed sprouting into a tall tree under a rising sun with roots. So this is now the prompt, and let's head over here. Since we already have the prompt and everything ready, here we'll just set the model to DAO E3, grab the content, paste it in the prompt, and just like that, let's execute this step. As it is taking some time, so we need a way to grab this image after it has been generated. To do that, let's add a Google Drive node that will enable us to store that image. Let's search for Google Drive. Enter. Click upload. We will have to upload. As you can see here, the file has been created and it's a binary file. We can view it. Well, it looks very beautiful. This is the image AI has generated, just similar to our post. The first thing we'll do is add a credential to the Google Drive. To do that, let's head over to a Google Cloud Console. Search for Google Cloud Console. Click the first link you'll come across. That link is going to allow us to create a project that we are going to get the credentials. Before maybe we finish with the Google Cloud Console, let's create new credential here. To access our Google Drive folders and files, we need a client ID and a client secret. Let's create a new project. Click at the top left corner and click the other corner, new project. Let's just name it Chatbot. Hit create. So let's select the project. Project is selected. Now that the project is selected, we need to enable the APIs. Let's click this hamburger button, go to APIs and services, enable the APIs and services. Now let's click enable APIs and services on top. Let's enable the Google Drive. So let's search for Google Drive. And the Google Drive API shows up. Let's click on the Google Drive API. Let's enable it. The Google Drive API has been enabled. Let's go to the OAuth consent screen. Let me close this and click Get Started. Let's add the app name. Let's just say Chatbot again. The support email, I'll just use the one which is available. Hit next. Audience as external. Hit next. The contact information, use the very one you are using. Click next. I agree to the Google API services. Check that. So let's create. Now that is out of the way, let's hover to the audience and create who will be able to access the app. Let's add the users. Let's re-add that email we just added. Hit save. The user type and the users have been confirmed, the audience. Now let's clear the clients so that we can access the client ID and the client secret. On the top, let's create client here. Let's select the web application and let's just again say Chatbot. You can give it another name, it's all right. I'm just maintaining the name across the project. And let's add the URI. To access the URI, which is the callback to where it is supposed to be redirected, let's head back to N8N, click the OAuth redirect URI and head back to the console cloud for Google and paste it. Create. We have now been given the client ID and the client secret. Of course, it is a relatively longer process, but it's worth it. Let's click the client ID and go paste it in our N8N credentials manager. Again, let's click the client secret and paste it in here. So now let's sign in with Google to give N8N access. Click on the email and click continue, select all and scroll down, press continue. Connection is successful. Right now we are connected to our Google Drive. Let's close this. Now we can access our Google Drive folders and files. Now that we have done all of this, now let's continue configuring the Google Drive uploading node so that we should be able to upload it and also retrieve it whenever we need it. The operation has already been updated to upload. The input data field name has been taken and it's data, so we just add here data. The file name, we just want it to have the current time. We just say now. The file name will be having the full time and date. Let's execute this step. Well, the step has been executed successfully. What we are doing here is uploading the whole file that OpenAI has created for us into our Google Drive. Let's head over to my Google Drive folder and see if this photo has been uploaded. As you can see, the folder now has been successfully uploaded. And as it was uploaded, we were given the ID, the photo web, and everything. Exactly, it has been uploaded. So let's head over to N8N. Now this tool has been built. Let's save this again and head over to where we are building the parent Chatbot. Now let's add that image generation tool that we just built with N8N to our AI agent. Let's click tools and call N8N workflow tool. That's what we want to do, and select from the list. We have a number of them, so let's see what we are selecting. We called that one image generator. Yeah, it's this one, image generator. We want to give a description. Technically now we need to populate the idea. We'll let AI to populate this. So let's just click here and it will be automatically populated and defined by the model. Now that we have added a tool, let's rename the tool image generator 2. Hit enter. Now let's test the whole workflow by sending another post idea from Telegram. All right, let's just say life and success. Hit enter. So you can see now we have our image generation tool being called. Here you can see that we just have the post, but we don't know where the image is and how we can access the image. Let's go to the image generation 2. The image generation 2 gives us a whole bunch of stuff. Let's just extract the ID and use the ID to download the file and send it to the email. So to do that, let's configure the AI agent to require to have a specific output. So let's click that. And once we do that, it will prompt us to add an output parser. So let's add an output parser. Let's click on structured output parser. On this output parser, all we need is the post image URL, and the post image ID, the image from the Google Drive. Let me just copy it and paste it here. When the image has been generated and the post has been generated, we want three things: the post itself from AI, the post image URL, that's for the Google Drive URL, and the post image ID from the image generator 2. So let's close that and let's head back and let's click that to test it again. We can see the image is generating now. We want to look out at the output, and the output needs to have the ID link. Let's wait for that. All right, the image now is generated and everything is generated. Let's see if we have everything what we asked for. Yes, we have the post here. Remember, in Telegram we asked it to write about life and success, and it has written like something like, success isn't just what you achieve, it's who you become in the process, blah 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 blah. And we have the post image URL. If we can take this one, it will directly lead us to the image that has been created, but we also have the post image ID. This is looking perfect. Now let's download this image into our workflow. Since this image is available on the Google Drive folders, so we need to have it in the workflow so that we can simply send it via our Telegram. To do that, search for Google Drive, download file, since we're downloading it into the workflow. And if you recall, we'll download the file by ID, and the ID will just grab this post image ID that has been gotten from our AI agent into the here. Let's hit the expressions tab first and grab just like that. We are downloading it. So let's see what happens next. The credentials, we already have a credential here, so we won't be adding any other. Let's see if we have the image downloaded. Exactly, the image has been downloaded. Let's click view. Well, it seems it's about success. There is something to do with discipline and all those things. You can see this is success. It's a very beautiful picture. Let's head back. Now that we have the image and we can download it and do that, what we want to do exactly here now is to send the message to Telegram. But maybe before we send an image, we might want to send a little bit of an action to show that something is happening as the image is being processed. So to do that, let's add another node here to send an action. Telegram. Let's scroll down to where actions are and send a chat action. That's what we are looking forward to do. And the chat ID, we already have it here. Let's grab it from here, paste it here. We already have the credential for Telegram and the resource, and the action will be typing. Let's just fix this. Every time a user types in the social media post idea, Telegram will be showing that the bot is typing. And once the bot types, it will send the image together with the post. So here, let's add Telegram again. This time around, we'll be sending not an action, but rather a message. So let's head over message actions, send a document. No, we want to send a message, send a text message. Now, all we want to do is just take this post ID from the Telegram trigger here. So to add, let's populate chat ID, and the text that we are sending will be taken from the AI agent. Post. Let's see if there is anything we can add. Let's just disable the N8N attribution so that it doesn't show that we have N8N processing this. Finally, let's execute this step and see what we'll have inside our BlazeFlow bot. So we have executed. Let's see if we will receive anything inside here. It's still executing. So, but we have executed the step and there is an error error in subnode simple memory. The error that we are encountering is because we have added a Telegram action just after the trigger and the workflow has changed. So let's just fix that. To do that, it's quite easy and it's very nice that you should be seeing these errors. So let's expand this first and let's delete. Drop down the Telegram trigger, scroll down to find the text. Just like that, we have it first. And again, in OpenAI chat model, we also had, if you recall, in the simple memory, we were also using the chat trigger, if you recall. So all we have to do now is to delete that. Since we don't have it here, we can copy it straight from AI agent. We had like that. We are looking for this. So it's JSON telegram trigger.message.chat.id. So it's telegram trigger.item.json.message.chat. So now we have fixed it. All we need is this text. Now let's just finish by now sending the image. So we'll download this and let's send the image. Let's search for Telegram and search for send a photo message. Let's click here, send photo message. And for chat ID, we need to execute that. So we're executing the previous nodes so that we can grab the chat ID easily. And let's switch the binary file to be on so that it knows we have a binary file. It is creating the image. Now you can see it is downloading the file, and just like that, it will immediately send the data here. So it is executing. Let's just give it a minute. The chat ID, let's go to Telegram trigger and grab the chat ID here from the Telegram trigger. So scroll chat ID. Remember, do not forget to switch on the binary file switch. It's very necessary. Let's execute this step and watch for anything inside our Telegram bot to see if there will be any changes after this has happened. And immediately a message has been popped, a very nice image, something to do with success in life, a sketchy image. One thing that is remaining is sending the message, the post now. So let's just send the post. Well, this is the post now. It is to do with the resilience, growth, discipline, mindset, and success. So that's how you can create a Telegram bot. Maybe just for purposes, let's just test it again. To test it, we need to activate our workflow so that it should be listening all the times without manually doing it. And if there are any other errors, we need to troubleshoot them. So let's just say resilience, or something to do with resilience and getting better. We are giving it as a post idea. Let's hit enter. And as you can see, it is showing typing here, which is an action that we specifically requested. This node is showing that action, the typing action. And just like that, let's wait for a minute. For you to check if it is running, you can go to executions and you will see that there is something that is running over here as it is executing. So we are waiting for an image. So let's just wait for an image and the post altogether. Well, in seconds, an image has been, you can see something to do with the resilience and getting better. A very nice image. It says resilience is not just about bouncing back. It's about growing stronger after every fall. Every setback is a lesson, a push, a sign. You can see it's a very ready post that you can just copy and paste to your Instagram, to your Facebook. You can improve this Telegram bot in many ways. Here we are only just typing. You can also send an audio file or you can also send an audio file and post it. That's how you can create a Telegram bot. So that's it. Now you have a Telegram bot that thinks for you, designs for you, and delivers content on demand. If you want to build this exact bot, twerk it, or connect it with Instagram, I've linked everything below. The full setup is available for free on my website, blazingautomations.com. And hey, if you found this helpful, please drop a like, subscribe, and comment.